Hey guys, so this is my review of the Quickset Canopy, the Excursion model, as well as the REI Kingdom 8. It's an 8-person tent, of course. So this is the Excursion. It does not come with a wind panel, so you do have to purchase those separately. So I'm just doing this review to help you if you're deciding on purchasing this specific canopy. I do know that they do have plenty of other choices that you can go from. I myself actually have 2 other pavilions, but yeah, so this is the Kingdom 8. I had the idea to go ahead and put the entrance of the Kingdom 8 into the Excursion, which required some cutting, so I actually had to cut the rear door of the Excursion, which is the other side of this door. So I'm not too attached to my gear, so of course this stuff is not cheap, but I like to kind of evolve them from what they come from the manufacturers to adapt to what I need them to be. And where I go camping, it does get very windy, and I do have a family of my own, so I do want to make sure that they're comfortable. I did upgrade from the Kingdom 6 to the Kingdom 8, just for more space, of course, but the Excursion for the Canopy gives us plenty of additional space to add to that now with the setup that I am going to try and run the next time that I go camping. I do have a lot of family and friends that join us for camping, so of course they can take advantage of the shelter from the wind, and they can go into the Excursion and join us. So here I'm just showing you that I did chop the spring part of the rear entrance. Not too big of a deal, to be honest. The Excursions are great, but I do feel they can make some adjustments on them. But of course, I'm just going to make adjustments to mine. And yeah, so here I'm just giving you a thorough walk around of the Excursion. I was mentioning that I do have 2 other quick sets that I purchased. I got a great deal on them. I ended up keeping one, and I gifted one to my father, who also joins us for a lot of camping, of course at Pismo Beach. Oceano Dunes to be specific. But with the Quickset canopies, they do retain a lot of heat, and anyone who owns one can definitely agree with me that they do get extremely warm. That's probably one of the cons that these canopies do have. But as I mentioned, I'm not extremely attached to my gear. Like, I like to be creative and alter them, of course, to their settings that they're going to be in. So on this pavilion that I kept for myself, I actually ended up cutting out the rear door, and the stability isn't the strongest as it is, but it does still hold up very well. But the airflow is amazing now. It's no longer extremely hot. It's nice and cool, and of course I can still pull the door down on that pavilion and block any wind or anything. Here's the Excursion with all the wind panels on them. Definitely keeps privacy. It does get extremely warm in there as well. However, I plan on cutting out just some of the screens on some of the walls for better airflow. So here I just wanted to show you a little bit more footage of the Excursion. The Excursion is about 24 feet long. So with the Kingdom 8 inside of it, I believe the Kingdom 8 is maybe 7 to 8 feet long. I'm not entirely sure the specs on that. However, my setup's definitely going to be quite large. But in the Excursion, as I mentioned, that I am going to do all my cooking in the second portion of that housing, along with, of course, putting the wind panels up, so when it does get crazy windy, we have shelter and we don't have to worry about sand getting everywhere. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. That sums up the review of the Excursion and the REI Kingdom 8. This last photo is just of the pavilion at Oceano Dunes. It's a beautiful place to visit if you haven't been there. Definitely recommend taking a 4x4 vehicle, but a bunch of my buddies that don't have 4x4s are able to get to the campsite. But by all means, get out there and adventure, and I hope to see you guys out there in the dunes.